Good day, thinkers, thought leaders, progressives, and dreamers. I'm Craig the Writer Stewart, and this is So Much to Say YouTube TV. These are my thoughts in my voice on black shit, white shit, gay shit, and everything in between. So Much to Say YouTube TV is the place that you come to learn and grow because we discuss socially relevant things mixed with a splash of humor. If you know you have tissue paper feelings, this probably isn't the channel for you. However, since you're here, I just need for you to do two things. Hit the like button. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and turn on that little bell so that you get the notification every single time that I go live or upload something new. I'll see you soon. Bye.
Get this shit off of here. I'm trying to talk to my people. Hold on, niece. Let me get this damn goalie gummies off of here. I ain't been on the live in so long. I don't even know how to operate the damn thing no more. Hey, girl. Hey. Hey, niece. The devil had tried to come in and steal my joy this past week. Amen. But see, when you have that immune system that's built like Fort Knox, amen, can't nothing reside in you too long. Amen. Jesus rose on the third day, and so did I. Amen. Oh, I was supposed to turn right there. Let me turn back. I ain't got to turn around. I can go up here and just make my left up here. But I should have turned right there. Before I jump into what this story is about, you know, what this caption is about, this heading on this video where I said, show up for your friends, I want to jump into this story. Ma'am, you cannot block the road right here. You have a driveway. You should have pulled in to your driveway. But good day, thinkers, thought leaders, progressives, and dreamers. I'm Craig the Writer Stewart, and this is the YouTube live version of So Much to Say. These are my thoughts in my voice on black shit, white shit, gay shit, and everything in between. Hey, man. Amen. So listen, before I jump into the story, I got a little story time for you. Before I jump into the conversation, I have a little story time for you. It is $5 Friday, Fine Nigga Friday. My girl Lamika Woodbury sent something through. Jose Robles sent something through. Barbara Hyman sent something through. And I think for now, that's all. But I'm at the house this morning, minding my own business. I'm watching The View. In the bed still. And there's a doorbell. There's a ring at my doorbell. I was like, who ringing my doorbell at 11 in the morning? Because I ain't expecting nothing or nobody. So I, pull up my cell phone, look at the camera. Modern technology is an amazing thing. Amen. So I look at my phone and there's a young man standing at my door in nothing but a towel. A bath towel, niece. Now, if you read my first book, you know that's how I used to show up at the door when the boys used to come to my, when I used to hook up on the apps and stuff like you children still doing. You grind the girls and jack girls. Well, once upon a time there was a thing called Adam for Adam from your computer. And I used to curate the boys and have them come into the house. Amen. And when they would show up at the house and I'd open up the front door, I'd be standing there in the bath towel. Amen. Ready to get to action. Because you just here to service me and then go on about your way. Amen. Now, I am not endorsing or encouraging that behavior. What I am here to tell you is that once upon a time, there was a boy named Craig, but he has now matured. He has now matured and grown beyond that. Amen. But at any rate, he was standing at my door. Let me see what he had on. He did have on like a shirt. What kind of shirt did he have on? He had a shirt and just a towel on. Okay. Now I'm not gonna show you the picture because this internet has gotten real popular over here now. And so I don't know who's gonna see it or who might be looking. So I don't know who knows who. Let me jump down here to about 11:30 and see what. Yeah, he had on the t-shirt. Yeah, he had on the, let me see. You said. Yeah, he had on the shirt and a towel. He had on a polo short sleeve shirt and a towel. And I'm like, yes, like from the phone. Yes. And he was just like, yes, sir. I'm sorry. He said, I'm staying at the Airbnb down the street. And my brother left the house and my phone is not charging. My phone is almost dead. No, he didn't say my phone isn't charging. He said my phone is almost dead. And he said, and I don't have nothing, and I can't get back in. Da 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 da. So I'm looking at the phone like, now is this a setup? Because I'm from Baltimore, and we don't be opening no front door for nobody. Okay, I don't give a damn who you are. We definitely open the door for you if you're Jehovah's Witnesses. If you are one of Jehovah's Witnesses. Now, no offense to those of you in here that may be Jehovah's Witness, but that's the truth. Y'all know we be ducking down and we ain't opening the door for y'all. In fact, Carlton called me 2 days ago and was like, babe, I just want to let you know there's some Jehovah's Witnesses walking around, so don't be going to open up your door. And y'all think Carlton is the sweet one? He called me and told me they're coming around the neighborhood, so hit the like button, niece. Hit the share button. I know we ain't been in here all week long, but y'all know what y'all supposed to do when y'all come in here. Hit the like button, niece. Hit the subscribe button. Can we get to 20K before January 1st? Can we get to 20K before January 1st? So anyway, but I said to Carlton today, I just got off the phone with him. I said, I think the only reason that I really went to the door and opened the door is because I just saw this video the other day where this black woman was telling a story. I think I may have shared it with y'all. This black woman was telling a story the other day where she was saying how she went into the candy store, or she went into a store. There was these little 3 young boys in there. She said, I was trying to buy candy for the little young kids when I see them, because it's important to be nice to kids because you just never know what type of household they're growing up in. And so she bought the kids some candy, and one of the little boys said to her, Miss, thank you for being so nice to me. Nobody's ever nice to me. And she said it broke her heart. It broke her heart, like, right? And so I thought about when I see like young kids, like I want to learn to start being nicer. Because see, I think we've gotten to the point, child, we don't even trust our own kids, child. They so rough around the edges, child. You don't know if they're going to go upside your head, jump on the side of your truck, pull out a gun on you, mace you. Like, you just don't know, right? And especially when they be looking all rough and tatted. I don't mean tattoos, but tatted around the edges. You know what I mean? Just like frayed around the edges. They looking all rough and stuff. And you just don't know, right? And so he probably was in his 20s. And I thought to myself, listen, my cold is gone now. I can tackle this nigga in here if he come in here and cut up. So anyway, I went to the door. No, I said to him through the camera, I said, well, you can go ahead and plug your phone up right there. I got an outlet on my front porch that the car is plugged in. I said, you can unplug the car. I said, because it's charged. Go ahead and plug your phone up right there. He said, okay, thank you, sir. I appreciate it. And he sounded, and my instincts didn't, you got to listen to your instincts, niece. Yes, that's what I was saying. Tattered, not tatted. Thank you. You got to pay attention to your instincts. We're animals too, everybody, right? So it's just like we're the only creature, Carlton and I talk about this all the time. We're the only creature that doesn't pay attention to our instincts. Our instincts will alert us to fear or danger. And because we don't want to offend a person, we'll go ahead and get on the elevator anyway. Or we'll walk into that dark parking lot or parking deck because we don't want to offend that person. Fuck that person. You making me nervous, sir. I'm gonna get on the next elevator. Okay, period. So anyway, I said, go ahead and play. He said, thank you, sir. And I could just tell from the way that he was speaking, and I just knew he wasn't rough around the edges. I knew he had some home training. I knew he came from a decent stock. Okay. And so I still was looking at him at the phone, on my phone. And so he plugged his phone, he unplugged the car, and then he plugged up his phone. And then it was raining. It was like drizzling outside. And I was like, ain't no way in the world this boy done walked over here in this towel, in this t-shirt, in the rain. You know what I'm saying? In the daylight. So I was putting all of the context clues together. And so I was sitting there looking at him. And so I said, do you have clothes on under that towel? Because all I kept imagining was maybe he was in the shower when his brother left out. I don't know what the fuck happened. And then he realized his brother was gone. But anyway, he said, sir, no, I don't have on anything up underneath here. I mean, I was thinking maybe he had on some shorts or something, or some underwear. He said, I don't have anything on up under here. And I said, well, do you want some shorts? He said, sir, I hate to take your shorts. He said, yeah, but that would be great. So I had these sweatpants that I had spilled some bleach on a while ago, and I just been kind of holding them. You know how you hold like old pieces of clothes and shit like that, just in case you need to do some yard work or something. So I said, let me hold on to these little pants, and they came in handy because I took them right to that front door. And that's when I said to myself, I said, now this nigga can try something if he wants to, but I'm gonna tear his ass up in this living room. I'm gonna tear his ass up in this living room because I know my house better than he does. Amen. So anyway, I went to the door and I handed him the sweatpants. But then I said, well, Craig, he naked. He can't put the pants on your porch. So then I said, well, come on in here so you can put the pants on. So he came in, and then when he came in, he was taller than me, but he was thin, so I knew I could still take him. So anyway, he came in, and he went into the first bathroom, and he came right out. He went in and came right back out. He said, sir, thanks so much. I appreciate it. He went right back out on the porch, and I closed the door and locked the door. So I'm looking at him on the porch and shit. So I go back, and I'm back home watching The View. So he buzzed me again. And he says, no, he laughed. He plugged the phone up. He walked somewhere. Because I heard him on the phone. You know, you can listen to somebody through the phone. So he was talking to somebody on the phone. He was like, so you saying down the street from my Airbnb, there's a what? And so he was getting some information. So he walks down the street. I see him go off my porch, and then he walks down the street. He's gone for like 30 minutes. So he comes back. And he says, Gay Arthur. I was just telling Carlton how I used to say that on my live all the time. Gay Arthur. We were watching something the other day. We were watching American Horror Story, and they said that. Gay man, da-da-da. I said, I used to say that on my live all the time because they always going to out you in the media. So anyway, 30 minutes later, he comes back, and then he rings the bell. He says, sir, I'm sorry to bother you again. He said, my phone is just not charging. He said, I don't know why it's not charging. He said, is it possible that I could just use your phone so I can call my mom and she can just come pick me up? So then I said, okay, now this nigga he might be trying something. So then I went to the door, and this time I had on my sweatpants and shit still. So I gave him this phone that I'm talking to y'all on. I didn't give him my main phone, right? Then when I opened the door, the first time I noticed he had on these little low-top galoshes. Where my old school people that know about them galosha boots? They had the little veins in them, and they had the little bubblegum sole on them. He had the low-top galoshes on. And they were too small for him because his heels were hanging off. I said, so if he tries something, he can't run too far because I can run. I'll chase his ass down and tear him up. He run away with this phone right here, right? Because that's my work phone. So he stood there and he called his mom. He said, Ma, he said, can you just come pick me up and da-da-da. So like I said, he was staying at the Airbnb down the street. And he said, sir, what's the address here? So I gave him the address. And so his mom, I can hear his mom. His mom said, just text me the address and I'll come and get you. So anyway, look, are you ready? 115 said, y'all different in the South because I wouldn't even know. Listen, I'm from up north. Even though Maryland is technically the South, we got very northern ways. But I've been down here for a little while, but I just figured I needed to help him. And I'm going to tell you why. So anyway, I heard his mom on the phone. And she said, just text me the address and I'll come, da-da-da-da. Oh, I'm not in the right lane. Hold on. So he asked me the address. He typed it in the phone, and then he sent it to him. He said, thank you, sir. Close the door, lock the door. So then I went on by my day, got in the shower, and he was gone when I came out my shower. He was gone. So I guess his mom came and got him. The reason also why I felt a pulling to help him, because I didn't feel imminent danger. Your spirit, your instincts will tell you if you're at risk, if you're in danger, right? But a few months ago, maybe a month or two ago, there was a story that was floating around on social media. You guys, I know somebody in here saw this story. Hit the like button, niece, hit the share button. And I've learned that as Black people, and I say this all the time, if you go back to my first videos, when I first started doing lives, I've been saying this consistently. As Black people, we got to be sweeter and kinder to each other. We got to be softer and gentler to each other. You see what the fuck happened in these elections across the country. Now, I know some of you states, like Maryland, they voted a Black governor. Hey girl, hey boy, hey. But in some of these states like Georgia and Florida and Louisiana, y'all done fucked up the thing. Not voting and carrying on and shit, but we got to be better to each other. There was a video that was floating around with these two kids. I think they may have been twins. I don't know, though. But it was a brother and a sister, and they had been locked in the garage or something in their house, and their mother had been abusing them and starving them and all this other kind of shit. And they finally escaped. And it was like in the wee hours of the night, and they were going door to door to door to door. And all of these people, rightfully so, were nervous because it was the first thing in the morning, and these kids were knocking on their door, ringing their doorbell, and nobody opened the door for these kids. They were emaciated, like extremely thin, and but you could tell they were kids, and nobody even called the police. Now, I'm not saying I would have opened my door at 3 in the morning. Now, if he had knocked on my door at 3 in the morning, he'd have been SOL. Sorry, you can go ahead and plug up your phone, but that's about all I can do for you. I'm not opening my door. But these, if it was me and those kids, I would have at least called the police. I'd have been like, stand right there. I'll get you a blanket or something like that. And I'd have maybe gave them something to wrap up in. I don't know if I would have let them in my house because you just don't know. I would have had to really trust my instincts in that moment. But they were handcuffed. Yeah, they were handcuffed. So, you know, and you could see this on the video that was floating through social media. You could see all of this in the video. And they went door to door to door, and nobody was really helping them. And you saw the video trail because of people was, you know, Ring cameras. But anyway, finally somebody opened the door for them and brought them in the house. It was a mother, and she said, because I'm a mother, and she said, I could tell that they were children, and I could tell that something wasn't right. And anyway, so I think all of those things leading up to this moment is what helped me do it. Now let me get to my story, because I'm about 15 minutes away from where I'm going. The purpose of this video is to, one, nudge you again about your health, and to be very, very vigilant about your health. Now, all you can do is what you can do, right? You may be a person that's active. You work out, you eat clean as often as you can, or whatever. You may be conscientious of things like that. You may not smoke, or whatever. But that doesn't mean that we're what's the word I'm looking for? That doesn't mean that we're invincible. It doesn't mean that we can't, you know, end up with a cancer or some sort of illness or sickness, But it wouldn't be because you didn't try, right? I'm on my way to a friend's house. She told me a couple days ago that she just found out that she has breast cancer. And so I'm going over to her house to love on her a little bit. Why is this motherfucker, this truck, blowing the horn at everybody that's in front of him like every car is supposed to move because he's the truck? Like, that's crazy. But I'm going over here to love on her. I couldn't go a couple days ago because I was sick, and you know, yesterday was when I first started feeling better. But I want to love on her, but I also want to give her some tips on, because she'd been saying to me that she wanted to juice for a while. So I want to give her some of my juicing recipes and give her some ideas for like different meals and things like that to eat cleaner, and how to alkaline her body and just that kind of thing. But more importantly, because I say to you guys all of the time, it's not just about what we're taking into our body. It's about the stuff that we're putting on our body as well. The lotions, the creams, the colognes, the makeup, all of that kind of stuff. Because all of those things, your skin is porous. So when you put lotion on, that shit goes in your skin. When you use shower gel, that shit goes into your skin. And so currently I'm not using a vegan shower gel, but you guys know that have been following me. I use vegan shower gels. I kind of go through cycles, right? I use vegan shower gels. My laundry detergent is plant-based and vegan, okay? Sometimes you got to get away from that Tide and Gain and all that other shit with all them chemicals in it, okay? Because that stuff goes into your skin. Believe it or not, some people can't use fragrant detergents because even if their skin is too sensitive, right? It's too sensitive. And so, believe it or not, that stuff, deodorant. You know, you guys know I've been using plant-free deodorant forever. So I stopped using deodorant because it has aluminum in it. So I want to talk to her about stuff like that, switching over and stuff like that she can. Oh, my girl Terry says she's a 14-year breast cancer survivor. If you have any tips for me, email them to me, please, and I'll share them with her. But, and again, I say to you guys all the time, everybody may not stop eating meat. I understand that. But if you maybe stop boiling Fabulosa in your house for fragrance, niece, because you're breathing in those chemicals. There's a chemical in Fabulosa that is a carcinogen. I can't remember what it is right off the bat, but there is a carcinogen in Fabulosa. So you got to think about that. I want to talk to her about the hand soap. I only use vegan hand soap in my house, in my bathrooms, in my house. It's that Myers that I use. But there are vegan hand soaps. So I want to talk to her about all these different products that she can switch over to, you know, to help her, right? But I want to start with giving her some green juice recipes. Same thing with George's mom. Not relapse. What's the word when it came out of remission? I couldn't think of the word. And I'm only talking about George's mom publicly because he's posted about it and that kind of thing. And we've talked about it before on here. But I gave him some recipes to give to his mom because her cancer had came back, but she's now in remission again. And so I want to give my friend whose house I'm going to now, I want to give her some green juice recipes and things like that. You know, just to kind of start alkalining her body and cleaning her body out and that kind of thing. But I just want this to be a reminder to you guys, you know, take control of your health. Think about your health. I know those wings might be good, niece. I know that smothered pork chop might be good, niece. But you know, do that every now and then. That doesn't mean you have to eat like that all the time. Yes, relaxer in your hair. Yes, relaxer. Putting that relaxer and them chemicals and shit in your hair. That shit seeps into your skin, into your bloodstream. You know, you got to think about all of that kind of stuff. And to my New Yorkers, y'all up there buying that fake back up there on Delancey Street, that shit got all that extra lead in it because it ain't the real thing. Stop buying that shit. I'm trying to tell you. So you just got to be really conscious of what you're putting in your body and on your body, the topical stuff as well, right? So anyway, so I just wanted to tell you guys that I'm about 10 minutes away. So I'm just going over here to kind of make sure her spirits are good. Sir, you got to stay over here in this big ass truck, okay? I'm trying to go over here to make sure her spirits are good, give her some hugs, some laughs, some smiles, and cheer her up. We're going to do some little juice recipes and get us a little green juice going. And, you know, and I just want to, oh, and then the day before she got her diagnosis, her dog of 14 years died. And so she said she was more devastated about that than learning that she had breast cancer. And so I just want to go over here and just, you know, be a support system because Elliot did this for me. You know what I'm saying? Even though I wasn't sick or, you know, confronting a health issue, but he stepped in when my mom was, you know, going through and he was helping me. So I just feel like you got to pass that thing forward. And again, speaking of passing things forward, those of you that contributed money to Zelle or to Cash App for our homeless drive, I am so grateful for you, or grateful to you. And any leftover money that may be in that quote unquote pot, I'm definitely going to move that towards the next venture that we do, whatever that's going to be. I don't know what that is right now, but thank you guys for supporting that. I got a bunch of shit in my dining room right now, and I'm about to pull my hair out because I'm tired of looking at it. But in about 2 Saturdays, not this Saturday coming, but the Saturday after, myself, Jack, I think Scott might still be here, Elliot, and a few other people, Ryan, we're going to get together and start putting stuff in bags so it'll come out of the living room. And but I really appreciate you guys helping with this. And The funny thing about, not funny, the interesting thing about compassion, I really don't believe that you really truly learn compassion until you've been in the position of needing it. I've said that before, and I think that's in my, I know it's in my book of quotes. So much to say book of quotes. You know, it wasn't until I had been in a position of really needing people to smile on me and shine on me and support me and believe in me and pour into me that I really understood what it meant to understand compassion. You know what I mean? And so once I really understood it, I was able to extend it. Yes, the first black governor in Maryland is black, and he is 44 years old. He has a wife and looked like a couple children. Amen. All right, come on. I think that's Meredith. Is that what that's short for? I know that's right. But yeah, so but I'm feeling so much better. I didn't go to the gym at all this week. I didn't go to the chiropractor at all this week because I do believe that sometimes when your body is ill or sick, it's the universe trying to tell you to sit still, take a break from that routine of everything. Even me having to disconnect from the lie because I was so congested up in here that I couldn't even I could talk, but it was hard to talk because I kept trying to, you know, that stuff be all in your throat and your nose, and you know, I was just a mess. And it was nice to have Carlton put himself at risk. You should have saw him going downstairs. Because listen, his ankle was bothering him because he had been working out and it was a little sore. So he was walking with a limp. He up and down the steps going to get shit from me. It was a mess. Because I was going to stay at my own house to stay away from him so he wouldn't get it. And Angela was like, you need to let your man take care of you. You need to stay right here. And so he made me tea and went back downstairs and got me something to eat and came back upstairs. Because even though I was not feeling myself, I was still eating these. And so one thing I'm going to do is eat. Now, if I was really, really ill, I probably wouldn't have been able to eat. Now, I didn't eat to the level that I normally eat, but I was still eating. And but I talked to my dad yesterday. When I say that, is one happy somebody to be coming down here to to Atlanta. You would think that I had not invited him before. But it's like my father is so excited. It's like he's so anxious now. He didn't ask me 3 times what the weather's gonna be. I'm like, Dad, I will let you know a few days before so that you'll know. Because you know this weather is so bipolar. It's 70 degrees right now. And it was like 75 last week. But then in the middle of the night, it's like 50. So like, I'm like, Dad, I gotta let you know when it gets closer. I don't know. Put a little cream on my hand. So I'm gonna go in here all ashy and carrying on. And then we'll probably run out to Target or something so I can show her some products and stuff, because I do need to get a couple things out of the Target myself. And so let me get over here because I'm behind this yellow cheese bus. And so I can show her, like, maybe she can start grabbing like some vegan hand soap because it lathers just like everything else, and maybe some laundry detergent that's vegan or plant-based. When I say vegan laundry detergent or soap, I just mean it's chemical free. No artificial colors and dyes and all that kind of stuff. And it's not used to test on animals and things like that. And so let me get on. And so yeah, so I just want to kind of, but I really also believe that this incident may be happening in her life to shift her. You know what I mean? It's not always a death sentence. Sometimes it's just the universe trying to shake you up. I believe in a lot of ways that's what happened with the pandemic. It was to shut the world down because we were all doing too much. We were all doing too much. My mom and my Aunt Gloria and my dad, they're gonna touch down the Tuesday before Thanksgiving. They're gonna touch down that Tuesday. And so I already made myself and my dad a barbershop appointment because my dad was like, how much you charge? How much you pay to get your hair cut down there? My father's one of those people. He'll get his hair cut real short and then won't get it cut for months. And then he'll go again and get it cut. But see, my father, he thinks the haircut's still supposed to cost $10 and $12. And I said to him one day, I said, Dad, how you think people supposed to make a living off of $10 and $12 with inflation? And they got families and kids. He said, shit, I ain't got nothing to do with that. I said, well, then you need to go to the barber school. So when I told him how much I paid for my haircut, he said, oh, hell no, I'm not getting my hair cut, right? So I made an appointment for him and myself. And I called him yesterday. I said, Dad, I made an appointment for us to go to the barbershop. He said, oh, okay. And so then my father has never had a full body massage. So I told him that when he comes down, we'll all go and get a body massage. He chuckled and laughed so hard. He said, oh, shit. He said, really? He said, oh, I can't wait. He said, I might mess around and be a regular visitor. I'd be like, I'm here. Open up the door. But my father is terrified to fly. Terrified. That's the only reason he's coming is because he's flying with my mother and my Aunt Gloria. He ain't with that plane shit, okay? But he said, well, I may become a regular traveler now. I said, here you go.
Carlton.
Hey.
Are you still on the line?
I'm about to get off, though, because I'm pulling up to our house.
So I found out. I sent you a couple options. I'm sitting here eating. It was on my mind. 3 optical vans. So I looked into it. They say, depending on the truck, you can make up to like $27,000 a year.
Really?
That's probably, a lofty number,
but still, I mean, we can split it. Do they look like the kind that you typically would rent?
I sent you 3 options. The one option is only $17,000.
Yeah, see, that's nothing. Between 2 people, you know what I'm saying? That's easy.
And they got, little features, rear view camera and all that stuff on it.
Right. Okay, yeah. All right, I'll look at it. But no, I think that's doable for sure. Shit, you just spent that on. You heard me. I said, shit, you just spent that on.
Oh.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, well, I'll look at it.
Okay.
I'm pulling up to our house now. All right, I'll call you when I'm leaving here, though.
All right.
All right.
Okay.
All right, bye-bye. All right, listen, everybody. I'll fill y'all in on Patreon about that conversation, okay? Just remind me, because, I'll forget. But anyway, I'm pulling up. You guys have an amazing Friday. Thank you very much for the Cash Apps for $5 Fire Nigga Friday. Let me see, which house is hers? Thank you very much. And I will talk to you guys soon. I'll be on here over the weekend at some point. And Keon and I owe you guys a live. I need to get with him to see what day we're going to do it. But we'll definitely make up that live before Thursday coming. All right? Bye. Have an amazing weekend. Bye.